Chapter 4 is on rational numbers and exponents. The essential question for Chapter 4 is, why is it useful to write numbers in different ways? In Lesson 4.1, you'll be writing expressions using exponents, and you'll be evaluating expressions containing exponents. On the top of your notebook sheet, there are a few vocabulary words I'd like for you to fill in: exponent, power, and base. In example 1 is just showing how exponents are another way to write repeated multiplication. So in A, there's 3 -8s being multiplied, so we're going to write that as -8 to the third power. K plus 2 times itself 4 times. We're going to write K plus 2 in parentheses to the fourth power. Try to work out 1A, B, C, and D in the Got It section by pausing the video and writing your answers on your note sheet. When you're ready to see the answers, press play. One A should be written as 1/2 to the third power. 1B should be x to the fifth power. 1C should be C minus D in parentheses to the second power. And 1D should be 9 F to the fourth G. If you had a little 1 there, that's fine. It's not wrong, but we don't normally use the 1 to show to the first power, and coefficients, like the 9, always come first. On the next page, looking at evaluating expressions, we've already done order of operations using exponents, but this is just taking it to the next level. Make sure you read through the concept summary and look through the example. For the Got It section, a tennis ball is dropped from the top of a building. After 8 seconds, the tennis ball hits the ground. The distance in meters that the ball traveled is represented by 4.9 times 8 to the second power. How far did the ball drop? Well, in this case, in order of operations, we know that exponents come first. So we're going to take 8 squared, which is 64, and then we're going to multiply by 4.9. When you do that, you get an answer of 313.6 meters. In example 3, we are doing some more evaluation of algebraic expressions involving exponents. When you're given the value of the variable, you can substitute it in and then evaluate the expression. Hit pause now as you work out the 3A, 3B, and 3C Got It problems on the bottom of page 37. Work these out on your notebook sheet and then press play to check your answers. For 3A, when you substitute in -2 for B, -2 times -2 is a positive 4, that's B squared. 4 plus 10 is 14. In 3B, A is 5 and B is -2. 5 plus -2 is 3. 3 to the third power is 27. C squared would be 3/4 squared. 3/4 times 3/4 would be 9/16. And 2 minus 9/16 is 1 7/16. That's it for the Got It questions on Lesson 4.1. We are also going to take a look at page 138, number 21. Number 21, if you want to pause the video and work that problem out on your own, you can, and then hit play when you're ready to see the answer. On 21, you have 2 numbers that you can combine. Remember, the commutative property and the associative property both work for multiplication, and we can group numbers differently and rearrange them if everything is being multiplied. So the 3 times 7 can be combined to 21. There's 2 m's, so that's m squared, and there's 4 n's for n to the fourth. The final answer that you should have on your note sheet is 21 m to the fourth m squared n to the fourth. The next problem we're going to look at is number 22. On 22, we have 8 times c plus 4 times c plus 4. If you want to hit pause and try to write the answer to that one on your note sheet and then press play when you're ready to see the answer, you can do that. For number 22, we're just going to have 8 times c plus 4, the quantity squared. The next one we're going to look at on page 138 is number 26. Number 26 says a water park has a wave pool that contains about 2 to the 6 times 4 to the third times 10 squared. And a really common mistake students make is they think, oh, I'm just going to multiply 2 times 4, which is 8, and then 8 times 10, which is 80. And then I see all sorts of rules made up, like adding 6 plus 3 plus 2 or multiplying 6 plus 3 plus 2. That does not work. And we can show it out the long way by multiplying everything out. 2 to the 6th power. Remember that we can use the caret key on our calculator to do exponents. So 2 to the 6th power is 64. Okay. And 4 to the 3rd power is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. And then 10 squared is 100. And when we multiply all of that together, we get 64 times 64, which is 4,096, and then 4,096 times 100 would add another 2 zeros there at the end. So we have 409,600. Now, as we get through the chapter, we'll talk more about multiplying powers with the same base, but the 2, the 4, and the 10 are not the same base, so we need to make sure and do it the long way to check to make sure that we're not combining the wrong way. But later in the chapter, like I said, we'll talk about some different ways that you can simplify that problem. But for right now, 409,600 gallons is the correct answer, and we got that by expanding each of those exponents separately and then multiplying them. The next problem we're going to look at is on page 138, number 30. Number 30 is xy cubed. Go ahead and pause the video and try to work out that problem on your note sheet. Press play when you're ready to see the answer. X is -2 and y is 3. 3 cubed is 27, and 27 times -2 is -54. The next problem we're going to do is number 38. Again, pause the video and try to work that problem out on your note sheet, and then press play when you're ready to check your answer. X is equal to -2, and if we're cubing -2, that's a -2 times a -2 times a -2, which is a -8. And then we have -8 plus 6, which is a -2, and then -2 times the 5 out front is -10. The final problem we're going to work out is number 42 on page 139. And number 42 is -2/3 to the 3rd power. And don't let the fractions scare you. We're just going to take whatever the base is, in this case -2/3, and multiply it however many times the exponent says. So -2/3 times -2/3 times -2/3. And when we're multiplying fractions, we multiply all the numerators. -2 times -2 times -2 is -8, and then 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. We have an answer of -8/27 as an answer for number 42. You have a BrainPop video on exponents to watch, and send the screenshot of the quiz to me. You also have IXL Level I, Lesson I-1 to work on for 100%. Don't forget to send the self-check quiz score to me after you've taken that.